Hello everyone, welcome back to Conquests of Camelot. So as usual, I am doing a few other things that I kind of missed in the previous video, or didn't exactly miss, but wanted to comment on. One thing that's kind of funny is the official hint book for this game actually suggests, so hint books tend to have, Sierra's hint books usually had at the end, they had a section called Did You Try or something like that, basically listing things that kind of little Easter eggs and things in the game which you might not have seen. One of the things they suggest you try is not drinking at this pool until you drive this guy crazy. So he keeps saying, "Why do you hesitate? Trust me in all things." And I guess he's supposed to get increasingly agitated as time goes by, but it doesn't seem to work. Like if I just stand here and just let him keep talking, I'm gonna speed up the game a bit. He just keeps saying the same thing. "Come on, have a drink. Why do you hesitate? Trust me in all things." He says the same thing over and over. And I thought that maybe with time he would start saying more and more exasperated things, but he doesn't seem to. He just seems to say the same thing. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if he only does it under specific circumstances, but or maybe I just didn't wait long enough. I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait. But in any case, yeah, I'm not going to wait here forever. He doesn't seem to be doing anything. One thing that did happen when I was trying to provoke him, when I waited a long time, let me see if he does it this time. "So, you will not drink, foreign dog." Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I'm trying to say draw a sword. Oh. "This treacherous false guide has claimed yet another victim. Would that you had been a bit quicker with your sword on this occasion." You need to draw your sword really quickly when he does that. I guess maybe that's what he does then. So it's not that he actually specifically does something if you stay on the screen, but if you wait for a really long time, he'll attack you when you leave the screen. I guess that's what it is. And then you have to draw your sword quickly. And I know you can kill this guy if you're quick enough. If he there are a couple of occasions where he'll attack you, and you can defend yourself and kill him, and it's okay. It's okay to kill him in self-defense. Okay, well, I guess that's that then. I guess that's what the hint book means when it says you should refuse to drink until the guy goes crazy. One other thing, actually, while I'm let's see, let me come back here. And one other thing which I thought was kind of amusing, just regarding that camel skeleton here on the same screen. So if you were this guy here, you can say, "Ask him about camel." And he says, "Eh? It is nothing. A camel I once owned, that is all." So, interestingly enough, he says that it was his camel. And I guess the camel just died for who knows what reason, unspecified reasons. Anyway, okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and restore back to where we were here. So we had just drunk from this pool of Siloam. So the walls are ground and paved with stone. The water flows from a tunnel carved into the rock of the hill above it. Let's take a look at the tunnel. The tunnel is known as Hezekiah's Aqueduct. I think I pronounced it that way. Hezekiah's Aqueduct. And we can also ask Merlin about Hezekiah. 800 years before the birth of Christ, so 800 BC, or people might say today BCE, King Hezekiah ruled a city built on the large hill above this tunnel. The Assyrians were coming to attack the city, and the only source of water, the spring of Gihon, lay before them at the base of the city. Hezekiah sent 2 teams of men to dig a tunnel. One began at the spring, the other from the opposite side of the hill. It is an amazing feat of that age that they dug through solid rock and met in the middle, thus forming this underground aqueduct. The water flowed then from the spring, which was covered over from sight, to the pool of Siloam, hidden upon the far side of the hill. When the enemy arrived, they found no water and were forced to give up their siege. Thus did King Hezekiah save his city. And yet of that city no trace remains, and in its place the city now known as Jerusalem was built upon a larger hill to the north. Okay, a little bit of history there. Kind of funny how the game just sometimes just has these impromptu history lessons. So anyway, yeah, and I think you get a point for asking about Hezekiah, so make sure to ask him about him while you're here, because you get a point for asking Merlin about him. You can actually go into this tunnel here, but there's nothing here. And it just gets darker and darker. Let me actually save my game here. If you go far enough, it is now pitch black deep inside the aqueduct. You are stumbling about dangerously on the roughly hewn floor. "Arthur, what was that sound?" Ah, as I feared, you have struck your head upon a low spot in the tunnel, knocked yourself out, fallen forward into the water, and drowned. Not a very glorious end for the king of all the Britons. Okay, so yeah, don't go... There's actually nothing we need in this tunnel. There's no point in going here. It's just like a little bit of a... I don't know, red herring or whatever, but yeah. And yeah, our mule is still here, happily drinking the safe-to-drink water of the pool of Siloam. Let's have another drink. And just save here before we go. Drank before leaving. Yeah, mules are actually very intelligent. So I actually, because this game has this mule in it, I actually did a little bit of reading up on mules. Mules have a reputation for being very stubborn and uncooperative, but actually the thing is, people tend to mistreat mules. People tend to really... I mean, mules are often used for carrying heavy loads, which is something they're good for. But mules people tend to overload them and put way too much weight on them. And the thing is, if a mule either doesn't want to do something or recognizes something as dangerous, they will refuse to do it. And people, like I said, people tend to mistreat mules and try to get them to do things which are either dangerous or... you know, just like hazardous to the mule's health. And mules are very intelligent. The thing is, horses don't have much sense of self-preservation. You can goad or kind of force a horse to do most things, because horses are kind of skittish and they can be cajoled or coerced into doing something. But mules will not. Mules are really intelligent, and they will usually refuse to do something if they think it's dangerous or unfair or whatever. So mules are actually very friendly and very cooperative animals if you treat them right. But the problem is just people treat them like trash, and so mules kind of tend to resist if they're mistreated. So the mule is very intelligent and recognizes this water is safe to drink, and that's why we know that it's also safe. I don't know if that's true in real life. I don't know if mules can smell poisoned water in real life, but anyway. All right, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, and this screen here provides a wonderful opportunity for falling off things. First of all, you can fall off this little drop there. Do watch your step, Arthur. You cannot afford to be careless. And also, as Merlin mentioned, it is a fatal drop down there. Boom. I doubt the natives will appreciate the mess you have made for them to clean up. In your next life, do be more careful of where you step. Now, to be fair, that didn't seem like that huge of a drop. I mean, maybe if you land on your head or something, then maybe, but... and Arthur landed in the water. I mean, if you made that kind of a splash, you must have landed in the water. I don't think that a fall of that distance into water is fatal, but anyway. And, oh yeah, and speaking of falling into water, somebody asked, can you walk off the dock here when you arrive? And yes, you can. Your armor and steel drag you to the bottom, and there you will lie until you are rotten, soggy and pulpy and truly forgotten. Yeah. Nice little haiku there to, well, it's not a haiku, nice little poem there to see you off. Okay, I'm just fooling around here, obviously. Let's go ahead and continue on our journey. So, from here you just need to go one screen up. And then... now, let's see if that tour guide shows up here. Okay, he didn't. Sometimes that wannabe tour guide will show up here, and if he does show up here, he will attack you, and you will have to draw your sword and kill him to defend yourself. And it's actually rather gory. It's like Arthur just really like tears him in half, and it's kind of a bloody death, actually. But he seems to often not show up. So in this case, he didn't. So yeah, we can just walk through. You don't get any points for killing him, so you don't have to, like, we're not missing anything by not seeing him, but, okay. As you approach Jerusalem, bear in mind that you are one lone foreigner surrounded by dangerous and hostile natives. Good thing to keep in mind. All right. So, what do we have here? There is a dangerous-looking mercenary guard and his thugs guarding a small closed gate. They outnumber you, Arthur, and they are well armed. All right. This looks like a good place to save the game again. 4 mercenaries. All right. Hey guys! Wow. Wow, that went by fast. I didn't get to read that. Hold on, let me try that again. Slow down the game a little bit. Be warned, infidel. Keep your sword sheath or we will chop you to pieces. What happens if we disregard his advice and draw our sword? Now we shall see how well an infidel dies. Die, infidel! I was going to make a remark about using your brains, Arthur, but since I see they're all over the ground, along with your blood, heart, kidneys, liver, lungs, and intestines, I guess there's no point. Come on, Merlin, you didn't need to describe our entrails in that kind of detail. Alright. Drawing the sword is clearly the wrong thing to do. So, can I just... You may not pass this way! Do not... What did he say? Do not annoy us, infidel. Okay, let me just go through here then. What, I can't pass that way either? Can I go anywhere? You are warned, infidel. Die, infidel. Okay, same thing about using your brains. Okay, so let's talk to these guys. The Zion Gate is closed. You cannot enter here. You must go to the Jaffa Gate. You look like a stinking infidel. If you want to pass to the Jaffa Gate, you had better make it worth my while. So basically, because we're not a Muslim, we have to pay you to just walk by. Like, we're not... I don't even get to go through this gate. I have to go to a different gate. But the path to the other gate is over this way, where the mule is. And I have to pay you just to get there. If I read my map of Jerusalem correctly, this is called the Zion Gate, and it's a minor gate in the south wall. These thugs have the look of violence about them. The large mercenary in the pale blue robe is obviously the leader of this little band of thugs. All right. So when they say make it worth our while, obviously they mean money. So, yeah, you need to pay these guys. Okay, let's see. How much money will you guys take? If I give you 1 copper coin, will that satisfy you? If you want to pass, you will come here and pay me. Yeah, all right. All right, need to walk right up to him to pay him. All right, give money. All right, copper coin. This is not enough. All my men must be paid as well. Okay, I think what they need is 4 copper coins, 1 coin for each guy. But when we got off the ship here in Gaza the first time, the shipmaster warned us about, I think he explicitly said not to pay people too much, because if you give people a huge amount of money, they'll realize that you have a lot. So what happens if we give these guys all of our money? In fact, I think it's enough if you just give them 1 gold coin. I think just giving them 1 gold coin is enough to provoke them. A rich man! Die, infidel! So... if you're rich, they kill you for being rich. If you're poor, they get upset for not giving them enough money. And if you just try to walk past them, they cut you up. These guys sure are testy. All right, so yeah, so let's give them money. And oh wait, I need to walk right up to this cat and say, give money. All right, so like I said, I think it's just 4 copper coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You may pass, infidel. Be on your way, infidel, before we tire of your ugly face. Okay, so we can't go through here. We have to go around. But we can go around this way. I'll save again as paid mercenaries. And let's see. Whoops. My, that is a steep drop. There's no cause to swear at me, Arthur. It was your own clumsiness that caused it. Now pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and we shall start all over again. Ha! They must raise some clumsy fools where you come from. Okay, you know what's funny, though, is if you fall off that cliff, that seems to trigger these guys letting you pass. So what you can actually do, I figured out, what you can do when you meet these guys is you can just walk off the edge of this cliff here, and you get the same messages. But when you come back, the guy calls you a clumsy fool, but now they don't demand money. So this is a way of getting around having to pay them money. But you get points. For whatever reason, don't ask me why, you get points for giving these guys the 4 copper coins. So if you want to get maximum points, you actually want to do that. You want to give them the coins. All right, so what I was trying to do, I don't know why it didn't work. I was trying to go down this path. Really? That's odd because, am I in the wrong place? I might be doing this in the wrong place. Was it here? Somewhere around here. No, I thought it was here. I thought here there was a path that you could take down. Well, okay, that's odd. I thought down there was a path that would take you back into the desert. And if you try to go down there, Merlin will show up and say, "Beware, Arthur, there is nothing beyond here that you need. Your business is in Jerusalem." And he tries to tell you to go back. But if you proceed anyway, he kind of yells at you and chastises you and said, "Look what you did, Arthur. You wasted all the progress that you made and you're back in the desert now." That's odd. I don't know why it's not happening now, because it happened when I tried it before. Do I need to go from another place? I don't think so. I think it was, I thought it was here. I mean, here, there's no path here. There's just a cliff. So, I mean, that's just, Arthur's just going to fall if I go down there. Oh, it's here. I think it was here. There we go. All right, let's take a look here. So this must be the Jaffa Gate. There is a glimpse of the local bazaar inside with an open gutter that runs down the center of the street. All right, and this is a woman herding away her sheep. What utterly stupid animals they are, but not as stupid as humans. Who's this guy? He is dirty, has a disreputable look, and his clothes are old, threadbare, and smell of goats. All right. All right, I think it was here, actually. So, hey, you! You must pay me a fee to enter the Jaffa Gate. Whatever you can afford, but you must pay. Okay. Okay, I'll just leave. Bye. Yeah, here we go. This is the place where you need to go. And if you go down here... Arthur, halt! At great cost to myself, I send this vision of warning. You must not turn away from your mission now. Months of weary labor and travel have brought you here. There's nothing this way but the desert, whose hardship you have already suffered. Turn back to Jerusalem, King Arthur, and seek your destiny within. But we can ignore Merlin and keep going. And to think that men once hailed you as king and praised your ability. And now we're back here. Now that you have trudged far from the city walls, what have you to show for it? Nothing. You are lost in the blistering desert without water once again. But I think we can go back. I mean, we're still alive. I don't know where the mule is. I guess the mule is... Did the mule leave us? Oh, it's this guy. Let's see. Can we fight him now? Draw a sword. And... Oh, wow, he's fast. Wow, that guy is fast. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, of course, there's no reason to go back down. There are businesses in the city. So let's stop clowning around and go into... let's go into Jerusalem. Oh yeah, and this guy's the opposite of the other guys. So this guy, so the other guys, you get points for giving them money. Here it's the opposite. You get points for, you lose points for giving this guy money. What you need to do, since he won't let you pass, is you draw your sword. Yasser likes not the flash of your steel. That has set the fraud to his heels, but you had best put up your sword for now. There may be more guards like those at the Zion Gate. All right, let's walk inside. So this is the Bazaar of Jerusalem. Tiny shops line both sides of the street. And such smells! Delicious foods combined with the raw sewage in the gutter. Watch where you step. Hey, Arthur, that little thief has stolen your purse. And don't bother trying to chase after him. You can never catch him. There's no way to prevent him from stealing your purse, and there's no way to recover the money that he stole. So it actually kind of doesn't matter how much money you saved up to this point, because that money will all be gone at this point anyway. So you could actually have given a little bit more money, or I could have given a little bit more money to those guards at the other gate, or I could have spent a little bit more money on, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point, because you lose all your money here anyway, no matter what you do. So, all right, I'll save here as in Bazaar. And I'm just going to very quickly check a walkthrough to make sure that I didn't forget anything. I know it's kind of cheap, but I don't want to miss any points. I'm pretty sure that I did everything, but just before I get carried away with myself, let me make sure that I didn't miss anything. Pretty sure I did not miss anything. All right. So, we are here obviously, in the Bazaar of Jerusalem. This is a fair-sized place, and it's a little bit confusing because it's bi-directional. So right now we are facing, well, if we look at our lodestone, north is up, so yeah, north is up and south is down. But if we go down from here, the way that the game does things is it flips the perspective. So if we look at our lodestone again, south is down. So this is we're looking at the south side of the bazaar. And if we go left from here, it would be the same as going right from, from where we just were. So it's a little bit confusing, but such is life. We'll get used to it, I think. So one thing we can do right now is actually, let's talk to this guy. A most formidable-looking man, but with an honest face. I would say he was previously a soldier who has gone into business selling what he knows best. So if we talk to this guy... Thought I would wait and see how you fared, warrior. I take it things do not go well. I'm sorry to see it. If I were not about to leave on a long journey, I would take you in as my guest. It does not seem to me that you have much use for your mule now, and a fine mule she is too. Just the kind of mule I could use on a long journey. So this guy is actually honest. He's not going to rip us off, and we don't need the mule anymore. So let's go ahead and sell the mule to this guy. Habibi, if you would truly part with this excellent mule, I will gladly give you all the money I have upon me. It is a goodly sum, but this fine mule is worth every coin. In this purse you will find 2 dinars, that which is our gold coin. There are also dirhams, and these are silver, and some falls. A falls is a copper coin. Since I see you do not understand, here's the way of it. 4 falls are worth 1 dirham, 4 dirham are worth 1 dinar. And now I must go and meet the caravan that awaits me. May Allah grant you good fortune. Thank you, sir. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. Alright, let's go and save. I know I save after like every single action, but I just don't want to have to keep repeating things. So yeah, I don't know if money actually worked that way in Old Jerusalem, like Arab era Jerusalem. Most currencies around the world are based on hundreds. I mean, we have, Americans know dollars and cents, and a cent is, of course, 1/100th of a dollar. And most world currencies have a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a main currency and then a sub-currency, which is 1/100th of that currency. There are a handful of currencies around the world which do not use 100 divisions. And obviously, as the guy explained here, they use 4 divisions. So one sub-coin is 4 sub-coins are worth 1 higher level coin, so to speak. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it was really that way, but anyway. So for the rest of this video, I'm just going to take a look around. I'm not going to do any puzzle solving. Let's just get to... There are quite a few screens in this bazaar. There are like roughly 10 all total. So let's take a look at all of them. So in Latin, the sign reads arma, meaning weaponry or armor. Muhammad is the name of the merchant. The Islamic symbols above his name are the crescent moon and a scimitar. The rest is in Arabic. Yes, that's true. I can see that. And you might have seen there was a window here. When we walked in here, there was a woman standing in this window, and she closed the window. I thought at first that she was a prostitute. I thought that was the implication of her standing there looking out the window, but I don't think that she is. But we will have some dealings with that lady later. I don't think she's a prostitute, though. And let's walk down here, and let's see, what do we have here? So we have a textile merchant. Rather, it's a taste for bright colors, like the guy in King's Quest V. The textile merchant in King's Quest V, I mean. Observe, if you will, the quality of my fabrics. You will find none finer, even if you journey to Constantinople, and indeed some have come from twice as far. See the exquisite colors, the glowing patterns, the perfect weave of these silks from the Orient. And these magnificent linens that will keep you cool when the sun scorches the earth, and by its virtue of absorbing moisture will keep you dry. Then perhaps you come from a colder clime, as indeed your armor would hint. See my beautifully dyed woolens and feel the perfection of their natural oils. Alright. Long story short, he sells textiles, in case you couldn't guess. Alright, let's see. What about this? I think that's, yeah, that is a woman. It appears she partakes liberally of her own food. Merlin, might she be casting a dispersion upon the woman's figure. Let's talk to the lady. Fresh hot falafels for a hungry man, made from the finest ground chickpeas and ground sesame seed, flavored with parsley, onion, and garlic. Alright, so she sells falafels. I think usually, I'm used to falafels being spelled with an A, falafels, but she spells them falafels. But I guess there's no standard transcription between Arabic. Actually, it's falafel from Arabic. I guess it probably is. Anyway, okay, so we have the textile merchant and the falafel merchant. And what do we have here? Apples. Okay, the small green apple is common to this area. I detect an unusual look of wisdom in this old woman's eyes. All right, well, I can always go for some wisdom. Let's talk to this woman. King Arthur, I know your purpose here. It is given to me to know such things, for I am a seeress. You mean a seeress rex? Another came from your land, and his name was Galahad. He spoke of you, for if he failed, he knew only you might follow and succeed. But as a servant of the goddess, I must know you are worthy. I bid you to buy an apple, for this fruit is sacred to Aphrodite. Okay. I guess it takes a lot of wisdom to buy an apple around here. This guy sells lucerne. Oh, means lamps. As for the Greek underneath, I cannot translate it. My Greek is too long out of use. He appears to be a typical prosperous Arab merchant. Alright, let's talk to this cat over here. Salam alaikum, good sir. You look like a man of taste. Notice the fine craftsmanship of my lamps. My lamp oils are of the purest quality. If lamps are not to your taste, I carry good long-burning charcoal for your brazier. Are not these herbs sublimely fragrant? They sweeten the air and lend freshness even to the foulest home. Oh, to the foulest room. For sweetness of the body, I have scented oils that will moisten the skin and inflame passions. My vases and bottles are made by the finest artisans. Feast your eyes upon the delicate colors. If you desire to buy, I am ready to serve you. Thanks, pal. Did Arab merchants in Jerusalem speak this fluent English back in the day? Somehow I doubt it. I'm sure some of them learned English, but it seems to me unlikely that they would have all spoken this English so fluently. Alright, here we have Fictilia. It's a pottery shop, although he undoubtedly deals in more than mere ceramics. This is a fishmonger's shop. Why say a fishmonger's? Why not just a fish shop? It is a granary. It sells horrible granary because it says horium here. Alright. Let's see. Is that a... Oh, it is a sleek, well-fed cat with a taste for fish. Well, what cat doesn't have a taste for fish? I cannot say what fish they are, but they smell bad enough. He is bent from a lifetime of toil at sea and burdened with an injury. Huge clay jars are filled with grain. The pottery he has on display outside his shop is really quite plain, more for function than pleasure, I would say. Alright. Well, do they make much pottery for pleasure? Like, I mean, I have not heard of pottery marital aids. I'm not aware of anybody. I mean, I guess you could put your staff inside like this. Yeah, okay, this ceramic jar here looks kind of like you could put your staff in it, but I don't think I've not heard of that practice being very common. All right, let's talk to this guy. Be not misled by my sign, Habib. True, I deal in earthenware, bowls and plates and jugs and vases for everyday use, but I have richer wares which are not safe to display on the street. I have silver plates, bowls, goblets, plain or worked with design, shine to glimmering perfection. I sell mirrors as well. Even gold plates and goblets I can make to order if your wealth is great enough, plain or patterned or encrusted with jewels. Alright, gosh, that guy's... Merlin was right, that guy goes way beyond just plain pottery. Just plain earthenware pottery. Alright, let's see, can I talk to the cat? The cat in typical cat fashion ignores you. Can I pet the cat? Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Fish for sale! St. Peter's fish, and I didn't read that. Fish and carp. Oh man, don't give me that load of carp. Alright. Oh hey, some birds. Oh, birds pecking at the grains here. Alright. Oh, is that the grain merchant there? Hey, buddy. The grain merchant's agitation is so great he'll not stand still long enough to speak or do business. Wow, really? What's got him so agitated? What is this? The door is shut, to state the obvious. Yes, I saw that. I noticed that. The shutters are closed. Genius. Sheer genius. Who's this? The city guard does not look friendly. Let's talk to this guy. Do not trifle with these city guards. They would as soon kill you as look at you. Really? Isn't the whole point of being a city guard to prevent people from being killed? I mean, maybe that's sort of a commentary on present-day policing and, yeah, okay. Kaupana is the Latin for inn or tavern. If I interpret the symbol below correctly, this is the Star of Allah Inn. Okay. Place where you can go to sleep at night. Tabula lanius is a term meaning butcher, though more literally from the Latin it is butcher's block. I cannot read the Hebrew graffiti above the door. He is an extraordinarily mean-looking Nubian. What a mean guy gotta be a Nubian, huh? Oh, I just realized that's a dog there. Dogs are well fed from butcher scraps. I barely saw that's a dog there. Let's talk to the doggy. Do not bother the dog, he may bite. Let's pet the dog anyway. Nice try, but I don't think that being nice to Fawaz's dog will do anything to improve Fawaz's temper. Alright, alright, alright. So, are you Fawaz, sir? Indeed he is. Begone, heathen. I do not like the look of you, and I serve only who I please, and today does not please me to serve anyone. Alright, well... Get bent, sir. What? I have no idea what he's saying. If anyone knows Arabic... Is that Arabic? I have no idea. I assume that's probably Arabic. If anyone knows what he's saying, feel free to translate. Alright. Antiquarius Rex. Hey! It loosely translates as Ismail, King of Antiquities. The rest is Arabic and Hebrew graffiti. Let's talk to this guy. Ahalan Habibi, I am Ismail, and within my vaults I have wonders, I have miracles, I have relics of the holy saints and prophets. I have blood of the Prophet Muhammad, hairs from the beard of Guru Kasing, finger bones of the saints, a sliver from what the Christians call the true cross. A relic for you today, perhaps? I was special on saints' finger bones. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks, sir. Maybe later, maybe some other time. Alright, what do we have here? It is a heavy wooden door framed by beautifully glazed tiles. A powerful enchantment keeps this door shut. It will not open unless the owner is ready to open it. Okay. Oh. The Street of David ends here against this sacred wall. A beggar sits coaxing what warmth he can from a brazier filled with burning charcoal. So... This may be a stupid question, but it's obviously it's obviously a sunny day. I'm assuming it's a warm day. I mean, usually when it's sunny in a place like this, it's pretty warm. I mean, again, I don't know what season this is. I don't know if this is winter or summer, but I think even in winter it would be fairly warm on a sunny day in, you know, in Jerusalem, but what do I know? All right. Can we talk to this guy? Alms for a poor leper. Look upon the wretched with mercy. Alms for a poor leper. Alright, maybe we'll give him some alms later, but I just want to see the rest of the city now. I think we're done. I think this is... Yeah, this is the end of the street here. And on this side as well, right? Yeah, that's it. You can't really see the street ending here, but it's the end, so... That's it. That was the Bazaar of Jerusalem. So next time, our quest will be to interact with the different merchants, and... yeah, it'll be interesting. This is kind of clever. The way that they did this Bazaar is kind of clever. There's a whole sort of... interlinking. Most of these merchants are linked with each other in kind of a way that's not obvious, but we'll find out more about that next time. So until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Until then, ta-ta for now.